Okay, it is, what is it today? It is the 11th of April, which is crazy. We're not even halfway through the month. So we got a lot of room for things to happen for us as a team. So we'll just kind of dive in here. So you have built your avatar already, so you know what this means. But for those that don't, when we build our avatar, what you're essentially doing is making a list of who you are on paper. It is a replica of you in a list. And I actually just quizzed my dad. I just got off of a FaceTime with my dad. They're at the ULEAD conference in Banff. And I said, Dad, do you know what an avatar is? And he said, of course I do. And I was like, you're going to say the blue guy off the movie. And he was like, no. It's like a digital replica of you. It's you in words. And I was like, wow, I'm impressed. And so he texted me. He's like, send me your avatar. So I sent him the picture that I had posted of me with my like list of the things that are me. Mm-hmm. And the reason why the avatar is super important is for those of you that are wanting to boost your, not boost, I shouldn't say that, is to gain some likes on your page. Because what we're thinking and seeing and doing right now is that the fact that you're all posting beautifully and you're sharing your story beyond just the sweaty selfies. Because what I've done is I've kind of looked at everybody's profiles and pages, and there's a couple that we need to kind of work on getting away from just the sweaty selfies and adding more to it, whereas some others are doing much more than that, and like sharing recipes like you did with your Taco Tuesday idea, which I've also done those. They're quite delicious.
Yeah.
So it's really good to just kind of broaden and paint a larger picture of who you are in your posts. Now, you also want to use this avatar information in creating some traction on your page. And you kind of have to buy some likes, which sounds stupid, but it really gives you some street cred as far as like getting your things beyond just your warm market of people that you already know, that you went to high school with, or your family. So what I want to do is I just want to show you what that looks like and how to set that up. Have you explored that at all? The Ads Manager? Okay, so have you seen where you kind of plug all those things in?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to we'll go through it just for the sake of everybody else who wouldn't be here. So let me hit share screen again. There we go. Okay, so you can see this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so if I go into Ads Manager, and so you can access your Ads Manager over here on the left-hand side when you're on your computer. This is not something you want to do from your phone. You want to do this from a computer. Because this is actually really crazy. Now, I've done a lot of boosting over the past 2 years, so my account limit is very high because I kind of increase it to make room for the things that I've been doing. Now, again, anything you do in here is a write-off. So when it comes to doing your taxes, these are all costs of your business that you can write off with what you've been paid out in your commissions. So as you can see with this one, I just had done a boost of my like page to get page likes, and it's still active as of right now. And I'm right now paying 9 cents per click. I had it down to 4 cents. Now what I did is I removed the Philippines as an audience because I was like, I'm really struggling here because it's good, but I gained 300 likes in a matter of 4 days, which is crazy and awesome. So if I just click into here, you'll be able to see if I can edit. I want to edit in here. Edit ad set. So when you're setting this up, you want to set a daily budget of at least $5. Okay? And down here, when you come to your audience, this is where you plug in all this information about you, who your avatar is. So you want to put kind of the basic fitness things, like if people are liking Autumn Calabrese or at-home fitness stuff like Bowflex and shows like Rachel Ray or Ellen DeGeneres and like any of like the top shows that are going to pull in people like you, even just shows that you kind of sort of like. And the people that do Weight Watchers, you want to pull the Weight Watchers people out of that crowd and get them in with you. On nutrition, I've got mental health, Jillian Michaels, the Rocky Mountains, drums, quadding, apple things, clean eating, ketosis, ketogenesis, stuff that I've been recently doing, Taco Tuesday, gin, because, you know, I do like gin. So family, pregnancy, all the things that are kind of like paint the picture of who I am, I put in here. So everyone's is going to be a little bit different because we are all a little bit different. Now, I really love the analogy that they use at Super Saturday about the puzzle. When Jake said that about us all, like, we as a team are connected for some reason. There is some thread that has tied us all together, which I think is super cool. So some of the things are going to be similar when we look at who our avatars are, because there's a reason why we're together. But we are all going to have a little bit of a different cover front on our puzzle pieces, which is great. So, but I mean, there will be suggested things that pop up, but if you look at my potential reach, I have like 108 gajillion million people that it'll reach, which is really broad. Now, I've never actually gotten it into this yellow land, despite trying. So, but when it comes to like the countries that I'm targeting, I'm kind of trying to pick all the English locations, and also because I know people in Australia and I know people in Spain, that they would be like a link to people for me to at least get traffic, and then they might know other Canadians or Americans that would get connected through this route. So when you're creating your audience, that's where you plug these things in. And you see how it says you want to exclude people who already like your page. You want to do that on purpose. Now, I've targeted mainly female. I've had a couple male likes, but I kind of feel weird about that one because I feel like I do really want to focus on the female side of life, because when I start getting males who are liking my page, I'm trying to be modest with my own image and picture on my page. I don't want to create any like uncomfortable moments for myself with some random guy, you know, liking pictures, and that's not good for my marriage. So I just want to avoid, you know, that uncomfortable situation. So placement, yeah, so automatic is fine. You can do that, but removing certain placemats. So I said all devices. You can do mobile only. Just you can like play with all of this. This is all up for grabs. I didn't play too much with this one because I just figured out what the heck, I'll just throw it out there. But it came back well for me, like 9 cents a click. I upped it to $6 for the last couple of days because I figured, oh, it's going well. And I was talking to Ken and Janelle about it, and they said, just throw another $1 at it and see what happens. But because I removed the Philippines, and because there's like a gajillion people that live in the Philippines, you know, that kind of changed things for me. So, but that is where this avatar business goes, is into here. But you can, let me just back up here. You can create all sorts of different things if you're wanting to set up different efforts for different things. And I really want us to avoid the boosting button and really try and play with this over the next little while, because I think that there's things that we can learn from this, you know, this ads manager, because we can be more in control instead of just letting Facebook throw our money and our things wherever they want. But like, if you see, like, it's not too bad. Like, I'm getting, like, for $50 worth of engagements, there's 225, 22 cents a click, 42 cents a click. That's not great. I need to revisit that one. Here, take that Monday, sneak peek, $35 I did. Oh, that was for that, Q4 sneak peek to get some traction on that. And take a look. It was like, I got over 5,000 views on that video I did, which is amazing, right? To get that many views on something. And so sometimes it's fun. Now, those ones were boosted. Like, I didn't do a lot of like playing back here with that. So, but yeah, just some things to note, and why that avatar is important, because you are going to attract, you want people that are like you to come to you. So that's our mission and goal when it comes to that. Hey, Laura, how are you, beautiful lady? Are you good? Yeah? Hi, sweet lady. I don't know if you can hear me, or if I can hear you. Anyways, hi, Laura. it's so yes, when we're just talking about when you have a like page versus a personal page, Laura, like we all have our personal profile, and personal profiles are lovely, but there's kind of a cap to the amount of friends you can have on a personal profile, which is 5,000. So when you hit that mark, you can't go any higher. Now, we think that's absolutely, I still think it's ridiculous to have 5,000 personal friends on Facebook, but you know, it's a possibility considering how many humans are in this world. So this is why having a like page, if you're going to be an active coach or want to share your journey a little bit more actively, so your market could include twin moms and, you know, boy moms, and like there'd be a whole world of like people that would get you and have that kind of reality to kind of connect to you as a coach. So you would create a like page. It doesn't have to have a fancy name, you know, Banu Boys Do Fitness or something, you know, whatever. And it can be, that's where you really want to create. We're just talking about this avatar idea of who you are in a list, and then being able to really like find your people out there and really connect with people, because those are the ones that are going to be like, you're doing this, okay, so I'm going to do this with you because you get me and we are both not sleeping, hashtag team no sleep, and we're going to still get up in the morning and rock the day somehow. So that's why that's kind of important to just, it's weird. I'll have to say it was weird to kind of like sit and make this list as to who I was, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, to make this list, and I was like, is that enough? I don't know. I do like being barefoot, and Birkenstocks are awesome because that's me. But and then thinking about you through the seasons too, because certain things I love in winter time, and certain things I love in summertime, and certain things I love, you know, spring, fall, winter, right? So taking care of all of those different things. So Laura, if you don't mind just muting your thing there so that it's my voice that'll line. Perfect. That's perfect. So yes, so that is the avatar, and from the Facebook ads profile, that's where you can kind of do some investing, let's call it, in your page to kind of get people to find you when it's just kind of like sitting stagnant. Because the reality is we all have a story to share, and it is more than just sweaty selfies. It's more than just drinking our shakes. It is like showing life. And I think that, and I hope that you feel that I'm giving you a good model of that, because I feel like I'm painting a good picture of who I am as a mom with my boys, the crazy, the fitness, the food, etc. And so, and just being real too with my journey and the kind of adventure I'm on with my own brain balance. So, so when we talk about sharing our story, it can't just be those, you know, top-down selfies of us sweaty in our sports bras, because I mean, people are going to be like, yeah, go you. But there are some people out there that are like, you know what, screw you, because I can't do that yet. Like they're not there yet. So it's easy to feel resentful towards some of us that are already doing this, right? So that is that. Now, Super Saturday, we had a fun little crew that went to Super Saturday, and to kind of paint a picture of what that is for you, Laura, it's a gathering of coaches and challengers, and anybody Beachbody, anybody who's connected to this, really anybody, any human could come to it, because it's just a good place to be. And what they did is they shared some transformation stories. Girlfriend of mine, actually my very first coach, who then left me for another coach. I love her to bits, though. She's a very good friend of mine. She ended up sharing her transformation story, and she's lost over 120 pounds and gone from very, very large girl to size 6, size 4. And but it's been like over time. But she's also, you know, she shared her story. And there's other top coaches that come, and we had Jake's story from corporate. On our Canadian corporate side for Beachbody come, and Daniela and I both got to sit with Jake and have a visit with him one-on-one, which was super cool. And so one of the things he asked us to do, we're going to do kind of as a team also. So Super Saturday highlights is we have 2 brand new Shakeology flavors coming out. Unfortunately, hold on, don't get too excited. They're not coming to Canada for a while, because Health Canada, Canada Health is, you know, Canada Health. So we, vegan vanilla and vegan cafe latte are coming out. They are available in the States as of yesterday. So a lot of people are posting about how they've changed their auto ship to have these wonderful flavors, and all these top coaches who got samples have been doing live videos about how they taste, and they're all like, oh, it tastes amazing, which of course you're not going to say it tastes like garbage. So I'm sure it tastes amazing. It's kind of what's going through my head. But we're going to have to wait probably 10 to 12 months. You know, maybe by the end of the year, we could see it probably in the new year where it'll be thumbs up to come to Canada. And beyond that, we have 2 new programs coming out. One is being released in July, and it's called Shift Shop, with super trainer Chris Downing. And really to kind of put this into, this is how I'm explaining it, and feel free to use my words if when you talk to people about this program. I feel like this is the guy's version of the 21-day fix, because it is a 3-week program, and it is this big beefy dude who's like leading it. And it's it does a similar diet thing as to what I've kind of been experimenting with over the past month, where you slowly cut your carbs and increase your proteins. And with this shifting, it starts off as a 25-minute program. The next week's 35 minutes, and the next week's 45 minutes. And so the length of time you spend doing these moves gets longer. So your endurance is up by the end of your 3 weeks. And of course, you're going to have amazing results if you do that, between increasing endurance and level of, pushing, and decreasing your amount of carbohydrates and upping your proteins and healthy fats. That's going to lean you out for the last week, and you're going to have a wicked push through the end. So feel free to check out some, I'll post a link to a YouTube just to kind of gives you the infomercial of the program. The other program that's coming out this next month in May is UV2. Now, if you have dabbled at all, I know it's weird, I don't even like the name, but the trainer is, what's his face now? He's the guy that does the Brazil butt lift. I don't know how I feel about him. He's a little something. I couldn't handle more than 10 minutes of the Brazil butt lift, at which point I looked at my butt and I was like, no, I think we're good. I'm going to play something else. So what's his name? I can't remember. Anyway, regardless, there is a purpose for this program, though. There is a market for this program for sure, and it is for beginner women and men, whoever, beginner people and or teens, because there's going to be a UV2 kids channel also. It has kind of the similar platform. Yes, classrooms. Think playing it in our classrooms with our early learning kids. Because it literally, it looks like the gummy bears thing and like the Wii dance thing, and they have to it's totally that, because it's the white background, like you legit, it looks like you're in like a video game and doing that kind of dance off. So it's not high impact, but it's moving, just like when you do our morning dance workout thing, carpet routine with our kiddos. This is exactly that. As far as songs go, I remember watching my heart rate when I was dancing to the Gummy Bears song and all the other, Go Noodle songs, and I'd be sweating up a storm. So this would be a really good way to plug in your Beachbody on demand, stream it on your smart board, and dance with your kids, indoor recesses, get other, heavier, if you've got something. It's just for people that are really have done zero and maybe are not comfortable with weights at all. Have probably a good amount of weight to lose and really haven't started with anything. So it's kind of he's like the Spanish Richard Simmons. Is that a fair assessment? He's a little bit crazy and slightly makes me itchy and twitchy a little, but he's on the right track, I think, as far as his goal in life. So yes, these 2 new programs are coming out. UV2, I'll post the video for you guys to see. It's entertaining, and the Shift Shop, which Mark seems to be excited about, which I'm excited too, because I think it'll be a really good one. So we're gonna get, because I'm going to Summit, I will be able to likely trial that there, and be able to get kind of a copy, hoping is what I'm hoping for, to kind of get access to a little bit sooner because we're there. What else was there from, I think that was it from Super Saturday. 2 new Shakeologies, 2 new programs. Oh, and the Shaco is going to start having matcha in it. This is lovely because so many people are adding matcha to their Shaco, which I was literally just about to invest in some, which I think I still might because I cut a lot of fruit out of my diet, most all fruit out of my diet right now. And I still love the flavor of banana, and I can get a banana matcha that I'd love to still add to my shakes. So just know that is a thing. What else? I just want you guys to know that, like, I have zero intention of stopping this coaching adventure ever. And by the glory of God, we have lined up our childcare for next year. And I'm so excited because it is the lady that has just moved in next door at the tree farm. And her kids and her husband are a phenomenal, amazing family. So my kids are going to be well taken care of, which means that we're going to kind of just take care of each other, which means that this is never going away from me. And I just want you to know that I'm going to keep going, and I'm honored to have you along with me. So now, I think that's kind of that as far as what we can kind of look forward to. So this is 2 of 3 programs that are coming out. So that means that they're saving one for the fall, which they normally do. Like Core de Force came out, September, October, that came out, I think it was. So I would imagine like the fourth quarter of the year, they're going to have another program that they're going to release. They kind of time that purposely to kind of keep people rolling into the new year. This Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack is no joke the best thing that it's almost stupid that they're doing it. I feel like it's almost maddening because when I look at like my purchased programs, I've probably spent $800 on programs, and now they're giving everybody access with this thing for $186 for everything, all the things. And I'm just like, like, where was that 2 years ago, But the reality is that there's a lot of people that need this, right? So when you're talking to your people, and if you've got, colleagues and family and whatever else, my husband just walked in with a handful of Skittles. Yeah, we can laugh about that.
Vitamins.
Yes. Haha. So I know. See, Laura's shaking her head at you.
When Laura can do as many chips as me, I'll stop eating Skittles.
There we go, Laura. The challenge is on. So it's a matter of how do we connect this challenge group to the people in our world and making sure that they realize the value in it. So we all know how awesome Shakeology is. We all know how awesome the portioning can be and how easy it can be in the various places we can go. We can travel well with the portions and such. So, and the fact that the on-demand access gives us access everywhere. Like if we go traveling to the States, guess what? Still work out. And you're going to have those along with you. And I think that there's a lot of power in that. And also sharing that the kind of the 4 pieces of this, having our Shakeology, having our workouts, having the food plan, but also having the community and the power in these challenge groups. Because, and I know it, and I think it is the same power for men too, having kind of people to check in with. Although I've only really journeyed more, obviously, with more women in this kind of adventure, but that community piece is a massive part of the puzzle. And I know based on the feedback I've even just gotten today from a weekend with some of our challenge group that's huge. And the energy that they're getting from that to keep them going is massive. So yes. Now, when we were talking to Jake, he challenged both Daniela and I to come up with a 30-day goal and a 60-day goal. Now, he was obviously wanting us to make kind of a business goal. So now I want to get all of our coaches in this lovely team of mine to, even if you're here just kind of for the discount and you're curious about this side of things, I really would love to hear, I want you to send me a message with a goal for yourself in the next 30 days. Now, that could be business connected if you want to start doing this. Maybe it's to start learning about the Beachbody coaching business in the next 30 days and what it's involved, and maybe to make a training session with me as to like the back end of how this all works. And then a 60-day goal for yourself, personal and or business, and share that with me. I would love to see it, and I want you to share that with me. It could be any level of that. And then I can follow up with you, and we can go and do a kind of a check-in. Just in the 30 days from now, I'll just say, hey, how's it going? Are you there? Because one thing that Jake said to me, or said to Daniela and I, because Daniela was like, I'd like to be diamond someday. And he's like, put a date stamp on it. Because if you don't put a date stamp on things, you're never going to put any gas behind the pedal. You're just going to kind of just coast, and may or may not see that at some point. Like you guys, I went diamond in June. The reason why I know it was in June was because it was the month before Summit last year, and they were giving away diamond coach t-shirts for all the diamond coaches to wear at Summit. And I wanted that t-shirt, and I knew that I was really close to it. So I pushed, and I looked at my downline of how I was going to make it happen. And I got my enough coaches, and I signed markup and made it happen. And so I got my shirt. And now, so for this time around, so now I'll be a diamond coach for a full year come June. And so now my goal is to hit the next rank advancement, which is called 1-star diamond, and which means that I'll have a diamond under me, which is going to also be Mark's account, which is why having your husband signed up under you, which is an account that you can manipulate and you can sign coaches up under, helps you kind of push your business forward faster. Because you have control of it. And essentially, like whenever I sign people up under him, I'm like, it's his account, but it's still me. But he may start kind of activating that, but just know that you're under us as a team, as a couple, and so people can get behind that. So that is that. So Laura, actually, because you are under Mark as him as your coach, and so you are a coach under him. And so thank you for being on our team. So that is that. And so I want to hear your 30-day and your 60-day goal. And if you're not quite sure where to start to even make a goal, I would suggest doing some personal development on like setting some goals, or like just kind of reading your heart a little bit as to what you need and where you want to go. And if you're not sure, for some book titles, let me know. I have a wonderful list that I could share with you to kind of just get you started. And that personal development, I hope as a coach you are really investing in at least 10 minutes a day while you drive. If you're in the shower, put your phone in a cup so it's loud enough so you can listen to it while you're showering. Something so that you're kind of feeding your brain something positive, and get yourself there. So last but not least, do you guys have any questions or things that you would like to ask or chat about before we kind of shut this down? Because I'm severely losing my voice. I don't know where it's going. I would love to go with it.
So just in messaging people, Carrie, and especially, there was people that had interest and then just kind of backed out and stopped messaging. Then I re-messaged them when the price changed.
Mm-hmm.
So how long do you kind of
wait?
Yeah. Before you feel like you're harassing people almost.
Okay. So there's this one girl that I have probably messaged 6 times. And after about 3 times, she was like, okay, let's do it. That's all she wrote. Okay, let's do it. So I'm like, sweet, awesome. This is great. Let's dive in. I'm so pumped to have you. Here's the link. And then you know what I got next? Nothing. And so I updated her, hey, guess what? This is on sale now, or promoed for $186 instead of $241. Nothing. Like the blue check mark isn't even checked off. I'm like, you little shit. Like, seriously, where are you? And so I just wrote a message and I said, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to keep messaging you, inviting you to join me, because I feel like you would be a perfect fit in this community with me, until you tell me to stop. So know that I am not wanting to pester you. I am only continuing to invite you. The end. So know that if you are getting no response from these people, give them another week, give them another 2 weeks. Contact them again at the end of the month and just say, like, I have another challenge group starting up. Let's go. Like, you know how Jake had said, stop saying, are you in? Or, you know, or get back to me, or what do you think? Like, you want to put some urgency behind it. Like, let's go. Or ask them, when are you joining me? Put that question in of like, so what's your plan? When are you going to push go on this button? When are you going to hit the Staples go button? Because it's time to go, you know? And or what are your reasons for feeling hesitant? Like, make it a conversation piece. What about this are you hesitant about? Because then that opens a door for you to talk about your personal experience of why it was good or why it was tricky, or, you know, you can kind of connect with them on a level there too. But I mean, if it starts feeling like super itchy and like really weird that you're like not getting anything and you're like, okay, I don't know, then give them some space. I can actually show you what I've started, because it's just like Janelle said to me the other day, she's like, I feel like you've hit the bliss point. And I was like, sure. But the bliss point meaning that I'm somehow on the 11th of April, I'm at Success Club 16 and I have Mark at Success Club 6. Now, some of that is because like I've built this up over 2 years, and I have now people that have been long-lasting customers that are now ready to sign up as discount coaches or coaches. So I now am like, holy smack. And since we did that moms group, I felt like I was overwhelmed with names, the names of people that I didn't really know super well. So what I did, and I'll share my screen with you, is I started making this list, and it's an ongoing list. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. So I started this in February, and so I had February follow-up, and I have this list of names, and look, I have them no, yes, people I sent Shakeology to, no, yes, no, call in, and like just put little notes beside their names. And then I have people follow up again. I need to follow up again. This one, she said yes to me, like she was diving in. And then, you know what I've heard from her since? Nothing. Not a peep. Now, Blanca, this was February. She just signed up last week. So it took her 2 months to finally be okay with it. People to talk to about coaching, because I would go in and I'd look in the office as to like when their next Shako date was coming out, and I wanted to catch them before that date. Now, Kathy Dawn, who is one of our Edmonton Catholic teachers, did she finally do it? She's going to be signing up as a coach right away in April here now, because she was like, I'm swimming in Shako. She's like, I'm going to feel like Oprah. Shakeology for you, Shakeology for you, Shakeology for you. Okay, so then I started the next list. Okay, March people. So who from this list am I carrying over into March that I'm now going to keep messaging? Who am I talking to about coaching? There's Laura. Laura said yes in March, okay, because I wanted to help get her the discount. People that I was sending Shakeology to. April people now. Look at this list. It has exploded for me. And so I have people like, here's people that I've sent Mark's link to. And so just making little notes as to who I wanted to get in on here, and people that I was sending cookbooks to that were from last month for buying the challenge pack, because I'd put little motivators behind it, or the people that were ready to talk about. So this is now my ongoing list. I'm still not sure this is the best way to do it, but I needed to start something. So if you start kind of making a list of the people that you're sending a message to just outside of Facebook, because you find like when you start sending the messages, they pop up to the top. It's like when you click bump on a post in those buy and sell pages. So they'll come to the top again, but then you really easily lose the people on the bottom of the list. So if you can kind of start making a list somewhere, whether it's on paper or find your place. I do it on here because then it's easy to kind of have this list to my right-hand side of my screen, and then I can be in Messenger and kind of like kind of pop back and forth. So I'm just trying to really be respectful of my time that I want to put into this in the evening, and then also parking my butt beside my husband for some time with him and hanging out, right? Because this can be all-consuming, and some nights it is, and I need to work better on that balance, and I know that. So but it does, once the momentum comes. So step one is to kind of get some traction on your like page, And I think it's definitely worth a bit of an investment, because once you get those likes up, then your traffic goes up and more people see it. And use your avatar to do that. Don't be afraid to message people. Share more of your story than your sweaty selfies and your Shakeologies and those sorts of things. Like, give a really good painting of who you are as a person, because then you'll attract the people like you. And you can solidify that, and because that, like the post I had done about the people, whether you would want to watch Grey's Anatomy or This Is Us, and all the response I got back, I was like, yes, I have my people, because like this is about all I watch, people, because I don't watch a lot of TV, nor do I stay awake through most of it. So it's like I needed to solidify, or just I want to reinforce that like those that were with me are really the ones that dig what I'm doing. But it's always funny, come Taco Tuesday, all of the every time I see the word tacos, I think of you, you know, and it's really solidifying. So just, you're going to find your people. It does take time. I didn't have it at the beginning either. I was only ever hitting Success Club 5 for the first couple months. But you are living examples that this program works, that these tools are legit. And as long as you keep taking care of yourself, you have to be number one on the list. The rest of this will come. Do your workout, take care of your nutrition, and be confident in speaking about your story face to face with people, because we want the human element to be real and raw. So I think there's power in that. Any other questions? Did I answer that? Like, just don't be afraid to, I mean, if it's really uncomfortable and you're like on a daily, but I would put at least 2 or 3 days in between and just pop back in and be like, hey, I'm just curious if you had any questions, or how you feeling about this? Something that they have to answer. Ditch the let me knows. That's what I've learned, and it's really changed my messaging since I ditched that phrase. Laura, do you have any questions? You can unmute. I can maybe hear you.
Honest to God, I'm still in survival mode. So
okay.
Questions will come, I am sure, maybe when my brain starts working again.
Yeah. How's been your first days back?
It's been okay. Trev's gone this week. So single working mom is not my game. It's not what I signed up for. And I will survive. He gets back late tomorrow. So, but you know, we're doing it. We're just figuring out life one day at a time. The boys are happy, and that's all I can ask for. So yeah, just trying to figure out life.
Yeah. And it's that new balance, right? So know that you got a team of us behind you, that if you ever need any help or do have questions, that we're here to kind of pick our brains. And all of us are moms. So we get it. So know that we're here for you. So don't hesitate to ever post in our team page any questions that you might have, or hit up Google, but if you want to have a one-on-one call with me, and we can do a FaceTime, or I can come over with the kids and we can have a visit, and I can kind of go through all this with you if you want to dive in. Because the reality is there are coaches that are making a stupid amount of money doing this, and it's mind-blowing, actually. And I mean, we have to say the disclaimer of like, it all, you know, the money you make is based on effort and how much you put into this, of course. But I can honestly say that on average at this point right now, I'm taking home anywhere between $300 to $500 a week, which is ridiculous. And it's a gift to our family right now, considering I am on a mat leave, and we always figure I'm going to get screwed anyways because of EI. So come tax time, we'll see what's going to happen anyway, and who cares? We make too much money, blah 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 blah. So, but I don't know what my big goal is for the money from Beachbody, but I feel like I'm stupid for ever thinking of quitting my job with Edmonton Catholic. I think we're all kind of stupid for quitting our jobs as teachers, unless this is enough to keep us home at some point, because it's a gift. But I hope that I can also, come September, we're all going to be like, let's balance this coach life and the teacher life, and let's rock this, because we can do both, and we can do both well. So on that note, I think you're awesome. And I just got a little thing popped up and said, your meeting will end in 10 minutes. Please pay $15 to upgrade. Okay, I love you all. And I will post this later. And I thank you for spending some time with me tonight. And we will see you on the team page. Don't hesitate to post things there. Sayonara. Go drink tea. Bye, team.